In this video, we're going to take a look at how to calculate the median for a set of data. Okay, and as you may remember, the median is going to be the middle point in your data set. Okay, so in order to do this, we're going to first start with an ungrouped frequency distribution. Okay, so to find the halfway point or the middle point in that data, we're going to make use of our CF column, or cumulative frequency column. So I'm going to create that first. So we'll go through here. As you remember, first at the end of the first class, we have 3 data points. We'll add 8. Now we have 11. Add again, 16 plus 4 gives us 20, 22, 23. Whoopsie. Excuse me. Have a little problem here. Get my eraser out. Maybe I'll get my eraser out. Let's try that again. Add 1 would be 23, not 33. And then 24. Okay, so in fact, this data set has 24 values. Okay, so if we take 24, divide by 2, we're thinking that our median should be between the 12th, and since it's an even number, the 12th and the 13th value. Okay, so we're trying to find that happy place where 12 values would fall below and 12 values would fall above that halfway point. So if you look down this cumulative frequency, where did the 12th and the 13th number occur? Well, we have 3, then we have 11, okay, and again, we need 12 and 13. So the next space here, 16, would contain the 12th and the 13th number. So when we look across here, we're going to find that 3 is occupying that space. So for this example, our median value is going to be 3. Okay, so let's continue on and let's take a look at this next one. And this one's going to talk about a grouped frequency distribution. And again, it's grouped because we're starting out with boundaries, or in some cases, I could even give you limits. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to create our cumulative frequency column. So we have a 1, 3, 6, and again, I'm just adding up how many additional data points we get each time. 11, then we're going to add and get 15, 18, and 20. So that's telling us that we do in fact have 20 data points in our set. Okay, so our directions say divide n, the sum of the frequencies, by 2 to get the halfway point. Okay, so 20 divided by 2 is 10. Okay, so locate the median class in the cumulative frequency column. All right, so where does that 10th and 11th number occur? Well, it's going to fall right in here. Okay, so the 10th number is occurring in this category here. So we go across and we'll say that our median class, and it can list as a limit or a boundary. It doesn't matter. These are boundaries, so I'm just going to say it's in the 20.5 to 25.5 class. Okay, so that's called the median class. To get an actual median, there's a fancy formula involved, and we'll use this sometimes. It's not going to be tons. It has several moving parts in it. Okay, so we have this formula right down here. So n over 2 is something that we've already calculated. So n over 2 was right back up here, and that's going to be 10. Minus, okay, so in fact I could underline this median class where we were. All right, so CF is going to be the cumulative frequency of the class that comes before the median class. So in our case here, I'll change that to, I don't know, green or something. The CF number is going to be this one right here. It's going to be a 6. Divided by the frequency of the median class. So this is the frequency of the median class. Maybe I can change this back to black, and I'll put that this is the frequency and this is the CF for the formula. Okay, then continuing, we want to whoops, I forget to write down. There we go. Multiply by the width of our distribution. So again, width is coming down here vertically. So the width for this problem, I think you're all whispering it to yourself, is going to be 5. So we're going to multiply by 5. And then you add the LM. This is the lower boundary. It always has to be a boundary number, lower boundary of the median class. Okay, so the lower boundary number is this one right over here, this 20.5. Okay, so we're going to add 20.5. And then we do some arithmetic on here. So I would probably cross reduce the 5s and then do 10 minus 6 is 4 plus 20.5. So that says that our median by calculation is 20.5. Okay, now I know that was an awful lot going on, so let's come down here, and I wrote out a separate example. Let me see if I can recreate the formula here. So we have an n over 2 minus the cumulative frequency, divide by frequency, times the width, plus the lower boundary of the median class. Okay, so here we are again. So I just gave us another group table, and with a different set of frequencies so that we could go through here and take a look. Okay, so like coming across here, we'll start with a CF of 6 and add 22, so we're at 28. Add again, 71. This one adds up to 99, and then we're at 108. So that tells me the sum of my frequency is 108. All right, so let's see if we can calculate this and see what we get. Okay, so median is going to be n over 2. All right, so n over 2 is going to be 108 over 2, which is 54. Okay, so 54 minus, okay, so we got to find out where's the median class. So the median class is going to be where the 54th number occurs. So not 6, not 28, it's got to be this 71. Okay, so coming across here, that's the median class. All right, so the CF is going to be this one above. Let's see if I can change colors quick here. So 28 is CF. So we want to get rid of the 28 that happened before the median class. Okay, so we have a 28 here. Okay, divide by the frequency of the median class. Okay, frequency of the median class. That's the 43 number right there. Multiply by the width. Okay, and again, the width is coming down this way, so your width is 9. Plus the lower boundary. Remember, this has got to be a boundary number, one of your 0.5 numbers of the median class. So I gave you limits this time, and I know they're limits because there's a gap in here. All right, so this 108 is not LM. 107.5 is going to be your LM number over here. Okay. So guess who didn't figure this out before we started the video? Guess that would be me. All right, so let's run this through your calculator here. We've got 54 minus 28. So that's going to give us a 26 on the top. And we want to divide that by 43. Okay, so divide it by 43. And that gives you some big old decimal. It's like 0.605. We're going to multiply by 9 and add 107.5. So I'm just going to hold my whole decimal here and hit times 9 plus 107.5. Okay, so I'm coming up here with median to be 112.9. Whoops, 0.9. Okay, using the lovely formula. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of work to get that under control. But that's a good estimate for our median. Okay, so again, what we've covered in this lesson, we've talked about how to do median of an ungrouped table. You just find the halfway point. To find that halfway point, you're doing n divided by 2. That finds it. You go over here, look across, you pick up your median. Okay, finding the middle. Grouped is a little more complicated because we're trying to learn about this new formula, And yes, you can put that on your formula sheet. I didn't say it, but absolutely. Okay, so this guy here can be on the formula sheet. That is a definite formula sheet item. Okay, that whole thing. And otherwise, I think we're just going to have to work on this a little bit and get used to the formula. Just make sure when you put the LM value in, you're using a boundary number. Okay, all for me for today. Hope it goes well.